All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is AC's Conversations.
AC's Conversations is about sports, music, TV, movies, and more.
Everything and more.
Everything is ready to go.
That include the latest news and rumors, along with interviews with the biggest names in sports and entertainment.
This
is AC's Conversations with your host,
News 8 Sports Director.
The man is the real deal.
Let's go to work, fella.
Anthony Calhoun.
Kevin Bowen here, KB. A lot of happy faces on West 56th Street tonight as the Colts get it done against those Patriots out in Foxborough yesterday. But, man, massive win for this football team. What's the vibe? How's everyone feeling right now?
Yeah, week off now for the bye week, and it was proven that good things can happen to the Colts in Foxborough, which certainly has been not a place for that. But obviously just a must-have win. So many big-time moments from your young quarterback is kind of the cherry on top, and now you set up the game of the year when you go back from your bye week, a week from Sunday in Denver.
You got Denver coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll talk more about that. But let's start first, though, with the head coach in Shane Steichen. The decision he made to go for the two-point conversion to either, if you don't get it, then you're pretty much going to lose the game here for the most part. He made that call. That decision, who knows, could change his entire season, could be a key here for them getting into the postseason.
Yeah, I don't think it's hyperbole to say there were so many game-saving moments yesterday. I would argue season-saving moments, and that decision was certainly one of those. I didn't trust the defense going back out there late if you needed them to, and they, gave up a very long field goal try there at the end. And that's Shane Steichen, AC. I mean, he is uber aggressive. It did not surprise me at all. Once they crossed about midfield, I thought they're going for two. That's just how Shane is wired. And not just because your defense was struggling. I feel like on the road, you felt the momentum. Anthony Richardson, in a must-have moment, he had converted all those fourth downs, just 2 yards to go. And that dynamic with him and Jonathan Taylor, it is such a great weapon for this football team, and you saw it on display on that two-point conversion.
So you see Shane Steichen here make that decision to go for two. What do you think that message sent to his entire football team?
Yeah, I think it's important for your coach to show that belief in you. And, I'll be curious how much that instills a little bit of that if and when they get into such a moment again. And, your defense was struggling yesterday, and so you needed to kind of help them out. And really your offense didn't have the cleanest day by any means. But on that final drive, 19-play drive, one of the longest we've seen in franchise history. Again, they had two separate fourth downs before the 4th and goal touchdown at Alec Pierce, and then the two-point conversion. You just add all that up, the Patriots defense reeling. I think it made a lot of sense to go ahead and go for the win in that moment.
All right, so they got it done. It had a lot to do with the quarterback and Anthony Richardson, what he was able to do yesterday against the New England Patriots, and what a drive here for him. His second comeback victory in the past 3 weeks here. Take us through what impressed you the most and what you saw from this young quarterback.
Well, let's go back to 2 weeks ago, AC. He did a very similar thing against the Jets. What was different about this one, though, is he did not play his best football up until that final drive, and yet he got one more opportunity. And oftentimes, AC, we've seen it with quarterbacks. They struggle throughout a game, and they get that moment late, and can they deliver? And he certainly did with his arm and his legs. He overcame 2 drops on that final drive as well. Those can kind of be fatal plays on a drive like that. We mentioned all the fourth down plays. And again, it was the fourth down throw to Alec Pierce. That's a touch throw that he has struggled with at times in his career. And then obviously the two-point conversion play. So I cannot say enough good things about Anthony Richardson and the moxie he showed in a must-have moment on that 19th play.
It was such a big moment for him. I love this poise we saw from him out there on the field as well. So next up for the Colts, they get set now. They got the bye week, and then they get ready to take on the Denver Broncos. It will be the game of the year. The next week's here for the Colts, the final 4 games. The bye this week, and then you got Denver, you got Tennessee, you got the Giants, and you got Jacksonville. Let's just say it here, folks. If the Colts take care of business against Denver, I believe they will be in the postseason. The following 3 teams there, you see there, way under 500. And yes, I know it's the NFL, but if you're serious about making the postseason, if you win against Denver, you got to close the deal, right?
Last year the game of the year was the season finale.
That's
this
right.
year it's in week 15 at Denver, and I'll add this. Tonight, Monday Night Football, break out those Browns jerseys. It's Browns against the Denver Broncos. You want Cleveland to win that game, but cannot stress enough. We've been saying, really for the last couple of weeks, that Denver game in week 15, circle it, circle it, circle it, and it's almost here. And Denver will have a bye week as well, just like the Colts this coming week.
All right, man. Great to see you as always. Kevin Bowen hanging out with us here on Mondays, of course, breaking down the Colts games, and we'll get ready for that game of the year next week against the Denver Broncos.
Discover more at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to follow and subscribe to the AC's Conversations podcast and others on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Connect now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.